And welcome to episode 5, where we're going to jump into when resistance rises, lean into it. So let's talk about resistance. It really happens all the time, doesn't it? It's that feeling that creeps in right before something important. It shows up as doubt, discomfort, procrastination, or that quiet little voice that says, maybe not today. And yesterday I was talking to you about my journey into Quijong. And, for quite some time, that little voice said, great idea, but maybe not today. Well, most people take resistance as a red light, a sign that says, whoa, stop, a sign to pause, to pull back, or wait until they feel they're ready. And in all honesty, that's what I was doing with my morning exercise, and I felt good. That satisfied me. But deep down, I knew that wasn't the right decision, it wasn't the right choice. But every morning for quite some time, that resistance was there and I succumbed to it. But what if, excuse me, but what if that resistance is actually your green light to move forward? It's interesting because as I was going through all of that resistance, I kept getting messages like with the podcasts I was listening to. That what if the resistance is your green light? It's amazing, isn't it? When the student is ready, the teacher appears. Every time we expand, whether it's in business, in health, relationships, or self-worth, resistance appears. Not because you're doing something wrong, but because you're growing. You're growing beyond what's familiar. You're stepping out of that comfort zone. And I like to think of resistance as a doorway. It feels uncomfortable because it's stretching you, not pushing you. And the trick is not to avoid it. The trick is to move through it. And this is what I say to myself. Thank you, voice. Now, whatever you can call it whatever you want to, but we have these two voices, don't we? Positive and negative. I say, acknowledge the voice. Thank you, voice, for reminding me that you want to keep me safe. But I can do this. And if you're not going to help, get in the back seat and please pipe down. So that doesn't mean you leap into overwhelm. It means you take one tiny step forward. Within, as soon as you feel that resistance, say something to yourself, take that one tiny step forward and move forward. So here's what that might look like. If you're resisting movement, put on your shoes and go and do 5 jumping jacks, walk around the house. I heard a story where a woman wanted to improve her health, and yet she was so overweight, her wellness was totally shot, that she couldn't even walk to the front gate, which is pretty darn sad. And she just got up and put her shoes on, and gradually, step by step, she made her way over time to the front gate, around the block, and she ended up doing, I don't know how many marathon runs. It was just an incredible story, but one small step after another. So these are not big heroic acts. They are micro movements that tell your systems, I can do this. I'm doing this. And each time you lean in, even just a little, you're rewiring your brain. You're building proof that you don't retreat when it's uncomfortable, that you are a warrior woman, shoulders back, head up, chest out type thing. Powerful. Every time you move through resistance, smile and whisper and do what the footballers do. Yes. I've got into the habit now of going, Margarita, you're a legend. Yes. Yes. And it's incredible. It's a lovely, lovely feeling, and my face lights up, and that's my little celebration for accomplishing one small step. And it's not silly. It's training your brain to associate courage with reward. And as I said, you watch the footballers run out and, they pump themselves up in the dressing room and whatever game they're playing. it's just part of the thing, to get that adrenaline moving, to push forward, to push through the fear. As I said, over time, that one brave moment becomes a habit. And the woman who once hesitated is now the woman who acts, is now the woman who is taking action. Not because the fear disappears. They don't do it because they do it in spite of the fear. I was trying to remember the quote, but I lost it. So we do it, they do it in spite of the fear. They take courage, they take charge and move forward. So next time you feel resistance, don't wait to feel ready. Take the old country girl, take the bull by the horns, grab the reins and go for it. Take a breath, take a step, even if it's tiny, even if it's shaky and wobbly, and then celebrate it and trust that something within you got stronger because it did. And you don't need to be fearless. You just need to be willing, one moment of courage at a time. So that's the end. Sorry, we sort of came to a stop very quickly. God bless, and look out for the companion journals to go with this.